The next question, um, there was, are you and your family careful to close the for saving the energy light at home, or you tend to switch off them for long, or also the water, do you tend to close that often down once you use it, and how is your behavior about this?
Yes, first of all, it is a common sense to save the energy and the water and be aware of all of that. And of course, it saves the money if we are not just allowing the lights all around the house and we don't use it mindfully. It's not okay actually. So our children and we are all always, yeah, it's not even being a question to leave a light somewhere in a room where nobody is using that space, or regarding the water as well. So it is something that is natural, normal, and it has common sense. I think, yeah, if we as parents, as adults, will first of all behave that way, then our children will copy. We don't need to tell them what to do. They will just model our behavior. So I think we as adults, we must give them a healthy and good example to our children.
Yeah,
And be aware
be
of
aware.
how do we behave in front of our children. And
Yeah.
also other people, because they can see in the street, or maybe our relatives or friends, or it depends who you have in your circle. So of course we have to have a critical mind and have a filter through which we explain our children what is right. And you know, I actually noticed that in movies or TV series, you know, when people just behave like that, and our children can see that in a movie, for example, when they open up a fridge and leave it like that. But in real life, you explain to your child that what is happening when you don't shut the uh, door of your refrigerator. It can damage to the refrigerator. It is an extra consume of the energy. And you explain to your child, and then he can understand. But if you leave your child to be educated by TV, by different movies, different shows, then I don't know if it is the right approach, because I know a lot of people are busy, many are working full time, and they don't have time and full control of what our children are watching during the day. And I was concerned about that during my life when my children were little. And that's why we don't have a TV at home, actually.
Me too.
We
No.
never had, no. We
Switch
are
off.
very selective. Yeah, we were very selective when they were little. Now, of course, it's different. They have more freedom. But when they were little, you could choose and make a playlist of those movies that cultivates true and good values. And I knew that it is my duty to give them a good education and
Good
create
example.
valuable people. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
it is. I
I
don't
yet
know if you can leave your child to be educated by TV. It's not the best
no.
approach.
I mean, it's something like select. You have to be selective. Maybe
Yes, that's why social media plays a huge role in what is happening in the world, because we are all influenced by media, by this social media. And
yeah.
we as parents, being busy and not always having time
There
to
are.
take care of,
I agree.
we, yes, that's why I think on the higher level of social organization, on this plasts where we are influenced through media must be made those changes, and not damaging, but cultivating people, not throwing them out in an egoistic state and making them, this consume when they buy and buy constantly, never enough.
Consumption life.
Yes, and that makes corporations to create more and more things which we can't live without that. Actually, we can have a very happy and fulfilled life by having a minimalistic lifestyle with the most essential things. But those corporations who have the goal to become richer and richer, they create products, they advertise, and they influence people and play on people's weaknesses, to have more or to show up in front of other people who you are and how you look or how you dress. And always this they create desires which maybe we didn't have before, those desires. But showing you these adverts on TV, you feel that you want that object maybe. And it is a manipulation, a very, very hard, strong manipulation of masses.
And this bring us again to the environment also, right?
Yes.
Because once our young generations took bad behaviors, because we really, for being happy, we don't need all these economical and material things.
Yes.
And also people who buy through often also good in good state I mean things like also cell phone or washing machine and domestic and the devices, and also I mean everything else like the simply chair and something
and
like
also
change.
Yes, and I would like to add that all these products which you say they're throwing away, they have a limited type of life. For example, that a toast machine could work for 1 or 2 years, and it is programmed that way, or is made from those kind of materials that it will not serve you longer, and you have to buy a new one. And this way
marketing.
we pollute the planet by creating things which we have to throw away somewhere in our environment. It doesn't disappear from the planet, the surface of the planet. It stays somewhere in nature, in a place in nature, where it creates a lot of even this very toxic chemical could pollute and pollute the soil, the water, all the elements of nature. And I'm coming from a East European country, from Moldova, and our government didn't think and didn't invest in the recycling rubbish, and all these plastic bags, all the rubbish are somewhere, especially in the villages, where people are taking those rubbish in somewhere next to the forest. And when it's wind all around the fields, there is a project, Venus project, if you are aware of it, resource-based economy concept. Did you hear about resource-based economy?
Yes, concept? But still I can't see.
On my YouTube channel, I interviewed a member of this project, and you can find on my playlist the interview with Pierre-Alexandre Penin, and he describes in very well in detail what is happening at the moment and what is the alternative to that. Even now, even today, there are technologies which can substitute everything what is damaging, and we can implement those new technologies, but unfortunately there are corporations and companies who don't have any interest to make this real and implement in our life. Otherwise they will lose their customers, market, and so on. It is a political issue, but people are working on that, and we have to have faith and believe and do what we can do personally by educating ourselves and by educating our children. And I remember when I first discovered the Venus Project, my children, it was 10, 11 years ago. And my son, when I used to take my children to school and back home, we were walking. It was a long distance, but in order not to get bored, we were talking about Venus Project and how amazing it is to implement that in their life. And I secretly had a desire for my son to become maybe an engineer or something that could be a part of this process, an element of this process, and not, it is maybe was far, to postpone that one the next generation, but we can do that now, today, ourselves, by sharing this message in the world, by inspiring people, by telling them that there is an alternative. And we have to educate. I think the main thing here is to change our mindset, educate ourselves.
First of all,
not let people with interest of money to influence us, our behavior.
Exactly, because a lot of people just talking also about it's too late. Why do they say it's too late? It's still okay, so we can still save this planet because you're still breathing good air. You able to drink tasty water. So why to say and learn people this your idea? It's too late. No, it isn't too late. It's not too late.